Prevention is better than cure. We have all heard it, right? And this cannot be more true when you are considering to take steps to prevent illness this winter. Guys, winter is just around the corner, and I know you don't want to get sick. I mean, who wants to spend their weekend coughing with nasty cold and flu, body aches and fever? So I have some great tips for you to not get sick, improve immunity, and prevent cold and flu this winter. So stay tuned. Here's my tip number 1. Wash your hands frequently with soap and water, even if your hands don't seem like dirty. Washing them frequently for at least 20 seconds help improve any germs and viruses you may have been exposed during the day. Especially now that we have COVID-19, you want to be careful. Remember to wash before eating, after using the bathroom, before touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, and when you touch objects and surfaces near where someone has been ill, when your hands look or feel dirty, and last but not the least, after blowing your nose and sneezing. And speaking of sneezing, you always want to sneeze and cough in your elbow like this. Never ever cough or sneeze in your hands, because if you sneeze in your hand and then maybe you shake your hands with another person, you are creating an opportunity to pass your germs to another person. So always make sure that you cough or sneeze in your sleeve like this, and preferably wash your hands afterwards. And for some reason, if you're not able to wash your hands, maybe use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Tip number 2 is keep it personal. Avoid getting in contact with someone who is sick. It's as simple as that. It happens in family all the time that one person gets sick and the whole family in a week or 2 is down under the weather. That's not good. But guess what? You can avoid the spread of illness by limiting your contact with sick person. And here's what you can do. Designate a room in your house where the sick person can recover and limit your contact with that person. In fact, if possible, designate a separate bathroom for the sick person to use just to prevent cross-contamination. Also, don't forget to disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. That's very, 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 very important. And last but not the least, this is something you must be hearing all the time these days due to COVID-19, and that is practice social distancing. So this is very important when a family member is sick. Always put a distance between yourself and family members or others, maybe your co-workers, outsiders, or whoever is sick around you, just to minimize the risk of disease. And if you feel sick or are under the weather, just consider staying home. This is courtesy, just chill. Don't leave the house. Maybe relax, find something to do at home, and take it easy. And lastly, if one of your family members is sick, then avoid sharing utensils, be it fork, knife, spoon, or any other utensil. And I understand it's cute to feed your loved ones a bite of food from your fork, but probably not a good idea if you or your loved one is sick, because cold and flu virus can be transmitted through saliva. So I know, as much as you love to do that, keep those forks to yourself. Honey is a superfood. It's not only a cough suppressant, but it has antibacterial properties. So instead of white or brown sugar, maybe consider honey as a sweetener. In fact, you may want to drink a cup of ginger tea with honey. And guys, this tea is not only delicious, but it can keep you from getting sick. Just forget airborne or forget vitamin C. This concussion is going to boost your immunity and flush out toxins, relieve pains, relax muscles. In fact, ginger has anti-inflammatory properties, so it can actually reduce the inflammation of your sinus and nasal passage when you are getting that horrible feeling of stuffy nose in the winter. And finally, don't forget to drink water. Hydration is so important, because when you don't drink enough water, your immune system is not able to maintain well. So drink water. How much? At least a gallon of water every day to boost your immune response and fight off those viruses and bacteria. Okay, I cannot emphasize enough how important vaccination is to prevent disease. Like, do you know, polio back in days used to be one of the most common disease in children that led to their disability. But you rarely see that disease anymore, right? This is because of the polio vaccine. This disease now is almost non-existent. That's the power of vaccine. So do get your flu shot because it's the best protection against flu. Now, I'm not saying that flu shot is a silver bullet, but it is going to protect not only you, but also people around you with weakened immunity, and it's the best practice to prevent getting sick from flu. Now, I want to make this very clear that no, you cannot get flu from the flu shot. Flu shot does take about 2 weeks to show its full effect and build immunity against flu. So yes, it is possible that in the meantime, you may get flu from somewhere else, but not from the flu shot. Please don't give me that excuse for not getting a flu shot. Just don't. I will be disappointed in you. Because you know why? Flu shot actually saves your life. I can literally sit here and go on and on about the importance of the flu shot, but that will take up all the time of this video. So that's why I have a separate video in which I talk all about the flu shots. So please do check that out for more information on flu vaccine. For now, let's move on to tip number 5. If your feet are always cold, grab those cozy slippers and your favorite socks to avoid getting sick. It's as simple as that. Because when your feet are cold, your brain tells your body to conserve the heat by reducing the blood flow in the areas which lose heat quickly. Reduced blood flow meaning fewer infection-fighting white blood cells, leaving you more vulnerable to viruses and bacteria. So consider keeping those cold feet cozy this winter to avoid getting sick. Get more sleep. Now, this is my absolute favorite. I love a good sleep because, of course, it's not only relaxing, but it's also your body's prime time to build infection-fighting antibodies. So get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep because studies have shown that being chronically tired can almost double your risk of catching nasty infections, and not to mention that if you do get sick, you will stay sick for longer. So if you are a night owl watching my video 3 o'clock in the morning, I do appreciate your love and support, but maybe watch it at a different time and get a good night's sleep right now. All right, so next up is reduce stress. This is so important. And if you have seen my stress relief video, you'll know that when we are stressed, our body releases the hormone called cortisol, which actually hampers your immune system, making you more prone to getting sick. So just relax, meditate, maybe go out for a walk, get a massage, and just take a chill pill. So next up is exercise. Exercise is very important to boost your immunity because not only does it improve your white blood cells and the antibodies which fight off all the viruses and bacteria within your body, but exercise also prevents your body from releasing stress hormone, cortisol, which I mentioned earlier. And we know that less stress hormone, meaning lesser chances of getting sick. Okay, so during cold and flu season, make sure you make it a point to disinfect your phone and other surfaces you touch very often. Like for me, when I go out grocery shopping, I wipe my cart, I don't touch my face or ear or mouth. And when I'm done grocery shopping, I get in my car, use the hand sanitizer. And the minute I enter my home, I wash my hands. So it's important to keep a hand sanitizer with you as well and use it frequently in cases when you're not able to, wash hands more often in public. But mind you, hand sanitizer, because it's alcohol based, it dries your hands. So my advice to you is to keep a hand lotion with you as well and apply it as needed. Because the last thing you want to do this winter is to have dry, chapped, and cracked hands. Cracked hands? Is that even a word? Cracked skin, I think. But I guess you know what I mean. Anyways, moving on. Don't forget to disinfect your fawn. It is probably one of the biggest things you should be doing on daily basis in cold and flu season. Because just think of places your fawn has been to, like washroom, on the floor, tables of cafes where you don't know what has happened. People may have sneezed around. And not to forget that about 30% of the viruses and bacteria on your fawn get super close to your mouth, your ears and hands when you're using the fawn. So make it a point to disinfect your fawn very frequently. Maybe use an alcohol pad to kind of wipe it down, or there are many other different kinds of wipes like Lysol or any other disinfectant wipe. Just wipe off the screen and make sure to stay protected and healthy that way. All right, last but not the least, limit your alcohol intake. I want to put an end to this myth right now. People say that probably drinking alcohol kills the germs in your tummy or it keeps you warm. No, that's not true. Okay, fine. Drinking alcohol will make you feel warmer for a little bit, but it actually does not keep you warm. In fact, it reduces the core temperature of your body. So if you are sick or you're kind of getting the symptoms of getting sick, don't consume alcohol. I think that's wise because it will actually compromise your immune system and ability to fight sickness. So I mean, maybe hold on for a couple of days until you kind of fully recover because you're basically damaging your immune system by that. Alright, so there you have it. My 10 tips to avoid getting sick. I hope you follow these tips and not get sick. But if somehow you do get sick, remember, time is the best treatment. Let your body fight through this cold and flu and recover itself. Just don't rush to the doctor and get antibiotic prescriptions unless your condition really worsens. Because taking a lot of antibiotics can actually build resistance against them, and also like the more antibiotics you take, the more higher dose you will need the next time you get sick. So limit the antibiotics for really severe cases or really severe sickness. Try to flush your body from the toxins by drinking a lot of water. The ginger lemon water that I mentioned earlier is great, and I hope that really helps you. And like always, if you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe now to stay up to date on my new videos on health and pharmacy. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye-bye.